How's it going, lazy bruises? I'm Bobby Sixkilla and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We're in the office of Evrart, I believe. We're gonna get upstairs and see what we can find. We need to find, well, we're not the office obviously, but we're in the dock. We need to find someone who can help us get that corpse down. Oh, maybe this will have a badge in it. The tarpaulin cloak is still hanging on the rail. The white rectangle of the River Shoal Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back. Grab the cloak. As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips. Aww. Let's put it on, because I bet that'll activate something straight away. Gives us +1 esprit de corps and +1 shivers, so it gives us 2 boosts. So it's better than the disco ass blazer. God, my shirt looks horrible. Oh, it looks so bad. It looks so bad. Anyway. Oh, it doesn't have the badge in it then? Well, that's a shame. I was hoping. Collecting rainwater. I was hoping it would just say, oh look, the badge is inside it. But no. It is not. Alright, let's collect all these bottles. You know. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. I'm hoping we can sell all these at the pawn shop. Make enough money to stay the night at the hotel. You know how it is. You know how it is. These things happen. This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads Rene Arnois. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down, have a breather. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick look inside. If you must, Lieutenant looks around, but please hurry. We're pretty easy to spot up here. Nothing incriminating catches your eyes. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Take the picture? It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera. Why'd you take that? The lieutenant asked, glancing at the photo. I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence. Fine, he nods, but let's move on. I don't want to be seen snooping around here. Alright, come on then. So I guess we're heading down this way then? How do we get to Evrart Clear? All around you, great machines in quiescence. White pine trees are printed on onto the screen covering. Looks like the forest under snow. Oh yeah, wild pines, of course. What do we got here? Here's a something. A rustic control panel with several knobs, 2 buttons marked Allumeur and Interrogate are faded with use. This seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Allumeur on, Interrogate off. Allumeur? With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. That's a horrible noise. Do you think everybody heard that? And with a surprisingly quick thunk, the crane places the container down. I can't see how that was worth the ruckus. He looks at the crate, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying. Yeah, it was. You know it. You know it was. I come up in here all high and mighty. You know it was awesome. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalsund. Kvalsund means whale fjord in Arden. Okay. Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard. Kim, I think there's something about this container. You do? Because I don't. What? Why not? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? It was hanging from the crane. You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We're not here to interact with containers. We're here to get the body down from the tree. Open the door. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The door seems to be mechanically locked. Knock on the door. No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. Alright. Where do I find this Evrart guy? The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. This place doesn't seem very safe. I don't think Osh would be very happy about this. A pile of cargo belts used for heavy lifting. One says vermilion. The speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organise in the yard below. Oh yeah, because everyone's on strike. Free gloves. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. These gloves look pretty good. Yeah, I'd rather have Half-Light than electrochemistry. Any day. Half-Light gives us the opportunity to intimidate people. That's always handy, you know? Industrial size thermos. It smells like burnt coffee. Money. Oh, hello. What do we got here then? Container, container, container? You singing the container song? The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Hey, Mr. Container Man.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
He's having a good time. The lyrics of this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubi Sant, on Monday.
Container, container, used to be Well Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Evrart.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Evrart, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you're not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks are just folks, you know. And
Seems like a nice
gotta
guy.
eat.
Yeah? Doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
We got a lot to talk to him about. You're Ubi, right? Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to New World. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble, with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I came from. No, sir. That's just nasty rumours. Thank you for clarifying that, sir. What are you doing with the containers? I'm just making some covers for him. For them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. He waves at the containers, towering behind him. What's going on here? The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountain rising behind Lea are all red in Union colours. It's like some red infection is spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers. This looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim. Yes, they're hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debradeurs Union logo on them. Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers? No, not really. He shrugs and continues merrily. Mr. Evrart doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone. What is underneath these red covers? Oh, I don't know, mister. It says... They says it's some chemicals. Oh, chemicals. Some of them have labels on them, I think. Thanks, Leo. You've been real helpful. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Little guy affirms merrily. Where is everyone? The harbour's empty. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. He leans in with a confidential look. We're on strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now. So no one's working? Not everyone is down there, of course, he chuckles. Mr. Everett's in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. He pauses to think. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble, and Everett sent them on a nice vacation for a week or so. He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What trouble did Titus and his friends get into? Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. He smiles and leans closer. Him and his boys Stirred something up in town. Probably drank too much, got in a fight or something. I heard Mr. Evrart telling them to take some time off. Really? Did they kill someone? No, I don't think they killed anyone. Little guy shies away from you. Let's better talk about something else. Titus's boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking. He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him? What's the container over there? Point to the arms suspending from the crane. Oh, that one. He looks at the container. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Told you. I'm looking for the leader of the Dockworkers Union. Oh, you want Mr. Evrart then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighbourhood. He coughs and continues immediately. Guys like Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Maybe Martin knows what it is today. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did. When we were boys. Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man. Oh, Mr. Evrart is where he always is. In his office, of course. He points to the two joint containers to your right. Do you work here? Yes, everyone needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Ballack, but everyone calls me Leo. The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar's out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett's away, he chuckles. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. A good-hearted chuckle again. Who is this Miss Beaufort? The lieutenant looks up at Leo. A real pretty lady with skin like those dough and sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done, and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much happening around here. I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Hold on, who is this Miss Beaufort you mentioned? Oh, Lizzie. She's a real sharp too. Mr. Evrart put her through some fancy school. And everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone. When she came back, she was all fancy and lawyery. He respects that word. It's obvious. She's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighbourhood. Everyone knows and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. He goes on. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has. He sighs in full silence, watching you meekly with his blue eyes. Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the gardener? Okay, so this union fixer, the gardener. Looks like it. I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she's a real nice girl. Smart as a whip too. The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you. Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners? Oh yes, he replies excitedly. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. What was that about the borscht? Oh yes, I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. The little guy chuckles merrily. It's very, very good. Makes the men feel so warm and happy. He shakes his head with a wide smile. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renuden's boar dogs every time the lunch is done. Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dog fighters. Alcohol, however. What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for the striking? Yes, I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the Whirling and Rags. Who makes it at the Whirling? Oh, the Whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into that. Oh sure, mister, sure. Little guy nods. You do that, sir. Yes, sir. Bye-bye now. He returns to his work. Okay. What a lovely man. What a lovely man. About time we met some nice people. Alright, this must be the office then, yeah? The coffee in a giant thermos is still lukewarm. Awesome. A stair made of pallets leading up. Very classy. Like a swordfish, or a marlin, whatever you prefer. A taxidermy fish that tells time. That's the best kind of taxidermy fish. Before you was a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in a tree. Welcome.
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by.
Dubois!
Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk. So Harry Dubois. That's my name. HDB. Harry Dubois.
I'm Evrart Clare, head of the Debargeurs Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Sure. He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then the chair. Whatever he says he is, whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name. I'll take
Excellent,
a seat.
Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debargeurs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
I need a body down. The chair you're sitting on is going to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It is violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners. Pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again. Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it. Yes, but you'll owe him for it. Ugh. Wait, you know Garte?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the check again. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it. I don't know whether I should even take it. I do need the money. We'll figure it out, though. Nah, fuck him.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No
Fuck him.
handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun. Lost gun. Lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. Ah, my morale. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escaped its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said don't worry, he actually meant be very worried. I'm not worried, I got this.
Are you alright, Harry? You say you've got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be alright. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be alright.
Kim? Kim?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I don't want to be in the chair anymore. It was a bad idea. God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves with it. No, I am not about to cry. Try to stay cool.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
Oh, no. What is this Mr. Dubois he keeps repeating? What? Is he trying to pull? What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to the safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something?
I want to get out of here before I
Are you
die.
having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hand somehow. In a kind of throwing motion. Like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois. Nah, I'm good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Oh yeah, man, I'm fucking great. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use a glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... Huh? You got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
It's about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity. Alright, we've got to be careful about this or we could get ruined. Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree? You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, he smiles pleasantly. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume that the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us as a stain on the neighbourhood. Also, I studied the footprints at the crime scene. Worker boots. I can certainly see how having him up here might start affecting some real estate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the handset of his radiophone to his right and clicks a button. John Luke, the copy bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find John Luke down at the gates, but he smirks. You already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you. What's in the container outside your office? My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Something special about it. It was attached to a Kvalson's crane. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch, he says with the fondest of smiles. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough to count containers with you. Smooth-talking? Maybe that's the way to get to opening his container. Maybe we should at least try convincing it. Convincing the... Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, we'll keep going until we lose the morale, then we gotta get out of here. You call me Mr. Dubois, why? But of course, let us dispatch with your formalities. You can call me Evrart, I'll call you Harry, so that's really my name. My god, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? He shrugs with an amazed expression. What are the odds of that? I think the odds of that, he looks at you, are very low. It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first. My memory's fine, I'm just testing you. So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. He pats the brown folder in front of him. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I can help you out with my big fat folder. Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter, no harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it. You trying to tell me you got hold of some of our documents? Lieutenant inspects Evrart over his spectacles. Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? His eyes never leave yours. Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now. I like this guy though, he's such a fucking wanker. But I like him. Don't just jump into the folder, that's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. Have another look at that folder. 72%. As you look at the folder, Evrart covers it with his hands and pets it. He's hiding it from you, because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of his brown folders he saw in the file cabinet. That's not an RCM folder. Okay, Harry, you got me, he says, grinning. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them. You got the name from the Census Bureau and everything else from your actions here on Martinez. Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, he looks annoyed. Now, I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else I can do for you, Harry? That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being. So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois. Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. I want to talk more about the hanging. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. He nods. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you. Like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand. You need to interview me. I sense there's a but. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open. Yes, it sounds good, the lieutenant says with a slow nod. Let's do that. But I can't think straightly with this thing weighing on me. Suddenly he slaps himself on the forehead. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines? I'm not sure if I understand. He looks at the union boss. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen. Come now, I just need you to open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it. Whose door is it? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. What do you mean by weasel? A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one's watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. Just go there, unlock the door and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. He puts his glasses back on. Why don't you just open it yourself? Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have the extraordinary physique you do. He slams his fists together. You look like you could run around all day. That's the drugs. You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you? I repeat, I am a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. He turns back to you. So what will it be, Harry? I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. Harry, my dear friend, he sinks deeper into his chair. I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. No. But of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we will ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this is just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. He winks at you. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too. The lieutenant says, yes, we both understand what you meant. This may be the only way he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later. Alright, we'll come back. We got things to do. Wait. He leans in. He reaches into his drawer and pulls out a plastic card. You need this to get in and out through here. Great, wouldn't want to get stuck in here. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry. Ew, gross. Now I feel dirty. Alright, we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. And that didn't go so well for our morale and our health and shit either. But never mind. What do we get this new? We got the special borscht, which is today. The cook and the whirling in rags. We need to talk to him. We still need to meet the smoker. Oh, and the guy's going to help us get the body down. Go to Measure Head at the gates and ask him to get the body down. Let's go do that. That's going to be huge. And before nightfall, we need to head to the pawn shop, so that we can sell our bottles that we've been collecting for some money. Oh, speaking of money, I know he offered me 25 bucks, but he's an evil mobster guy. I don't want to be in his debt. We already got the gun thing to worry about at the moment. Oh, let's try and smooth talk this though. See if that works. Persuade the door to open. 8%. This is a white check. You may retry it. Rhetoric. What? But my rhetoric's super high. But it's a high skill check as well. I'll come back. We'll come back. Let's go see Measure Head. And then once we talk to Measure Head, we can get the body down, we can do the autopsy, we might be able to get the boots off him. Lots of stuff might happen. And we need to talk to the cook before we wrap it up. That was huge though, we got in. That was huge. Hey dude.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
It's just something I had to do. A personal dynamic has changed. He pauses for a second. A little. Evrart told you to help us get the body down from the tree. So it was. You bested me in race combat to race combat to reach my superior, and then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands. You're so noble, Measurehead. There's a but. But while I'm gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Turns to Kim. Both of you. Okay then. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. Let's go. You got it. Anyone tries to get in, I'll kick the crap out of them. Just like I did to you. The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves. She turns to you. So you guys are like cops or something? We're just trying to keep things from going to shit. Have you ever thought about maybe things should go to shit? The woman twirls her hair. I'm catchy, by the way. You hear that? The lieutenant looks towards the yard. That sound. He's breaking something. Yeah, John Luke must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it. I don't know, I've seen enough of that dead body already. Look at you, RCM rent-a-cops. A loud voice booms from below. Guarding the bridge like Everett's lapdogs. Is this where we're at? It's at now. The RCM is for sale. And who are you? The lieutenant fires back. What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you? It's none of your business. A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then the man turns to look behind him, and the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. Thanks, homie. The corpse has been removed from the tree. He brushes wooden flakes off his hands. Stand down and congratulate yourselves. You've sided with race victory today. There has been no side choosing. We did what we had to keep order. He nods slowly. And what you had to do was to become a union man for all to see. Look, I have not taken anything from him. I'm not taking orders from him. We are not a union man. Alright, we're going to wrap this episode up here. We'll go check the body in the next one. First thing. And then we'll talk to the cook. Then we'll see what happens after that. I don't even know. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you in the next one.